Everyone is talking about these GLP-1 medications like Ozempic. Your body already makes this hormone naturally. You just need to know how to turn it on. In this video, I'm going to walk you through an entire day of eating that boosts your natural GLP-1 levels, crushes your cravings, and helps you burn fat the way your body was actually designed to do so. And here's the key: boosting your own GLP-1 naturally isn't just possible, it's the best way to do this. You get all the benefits without the side effects, no nutrient depletion, no muscle loss linked to long-term medication use. I'm Dr. Ashley Lucas. I'm the owner and founder of PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition, where we have served over 10,000 people and have helped them drop collectively more than 466,000 pounds nationwide. My goal with this channel is to help you get the information you need to naturally and healthily drop this weight and keep it off for the long term. Let's talk about why GLP-1 is a big deal. GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. It's naturally produced in the gut and it just tells your brain that you're full. It slows digestion, it stabilizes blood sugar, and it helps to curb cravings. The medications simply mimic this action, but food and the way that you operate your life can also trigger it as well without the side effects. Here's the problem with relying solely on medication. Whether you're taking the full dose, you're microdosing it for the long term, it overrides your body's natural feedback loops. This can lead to muscle loss, it can slow down your gut, so you've got gut sluggishness, you have nutrient deficiency over time. Natural GLP-1 production, on the other hand, actually works with your biology. When your body does something naturally, it works in tune with your body and all other aspects of it. It supports healthy digestion, it supports lean muscle retention, which is the ultimate goal when you're dropping weight, and it supports long-term metabolic flexibility. So that's why we want to empower the body to do this naturally and not have to rely on a medication. Let's talk about how to naturally boost GLP-1. Number one is protein stimulates GLP-1 the most. So you want to make sure that you're consuming adequate protein throughout the day, you're spacing your protein well, and you're eating the most high quality types of protein. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what to eat throughout the day in this video, so stay along here with me. Fiber slows digestion and enhances the release of GLP-1, so you'll notice when I'm telling you what to eat, there's oftentimes combos of protein and fiber together. We know that GLP-1 is secreted in the gut, so we want to make sure that we're supporting our gut in the most effective ways. So consuming fermented foods supports this healthy gut microbiome, which is the key to GLP-1 signaling. And then we also want to make sure we're consuming healthy fats, because healthy fats slow glucose absorption. They help you to stay full longer. They're going to slow digestion in general, so the food stays in the gut a little bit longer, triggering GLP-1. And we want to make sure we're reducing insulin spikes. You might be wondering what the difference between taking Ozempic, even say microdosing it over a period of time, versus getting your body to make more of it naturally. Medications override your body's natural hunger and full signals, and over time your body can become dependent on that external signal, even at a microdose. That means that your own GLP-1 production will slow down over time, and once you stop the medication, hunger often returns in full force. For the majority of people, 70% of people regain the weight they've lost on these drugs once they stop. Studies show that most people regain the weight because their body never really learned how to regulate itself. But when you stimulate GLP naturally through food, the right movement, gut health, blood sugar stability, you're actually retraining your system, your gut, your brain. You can actually build this metabolic muscle to control appetite and burn fat and stay satisfied without needing anything from the outside. And you can avoid the common side effects like nausea, fatigue, slow digestion, constipation, and especially muscle loss, which is something we're seeing more and more with long-term medication use. While the meds will help likely short-term, you're not empowering your body to do the work itself, and this is what allows for long-term freedom and ultimate success. So if your cravings just feel completely out of control, you feel stuck, you want to train your body how to drop fat, increase its own GLP-1 secretions naturally, then PhD weight loss is likely a really, really great fit for you. If you are listening to this on a podcast platform, come check us out at myphdweightloss.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go into the description and you'll see a link for myphdweightloss.com where you can learn more. All right, so I'm excited about this part. This is where I'm going to share with you what a full day of eating would look like to boost your own GLP-1 secretions. Number one, breakfast. The first meal of the day. It really doesn't matter what time, but you want to make sure it's savory and there's a protein and fiber combination happening. It could be 2 to 3 eggs scrambled with some veggies if you like spinach or bell peppers. That's going to give you the fiber and the protein combo, and a side of avocado. You'll get more fiber there and some healthy fats. If you want to support your gut during that meal, which I highly suggest, it could be like some fermented sauerkraut or some fermented salsa that you can put on top and support your gut health that way. And then some herbal tea or some coffee. When you're consuming coffee, my favorite way to do so is with a little bit of heavy cream. Heavy cream is actually my favorite food. And then if you want it to be sweet, my favorite sweetener is allulose or monk fruit. Allulose specifically, I've done a whole video on this. If you want to learn more about sugar alcohols or non-caloric sweeteners, check out the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link to it in the description. This breakfast works because it's going to keep your insulin levels low. It triggers your full signals and it starts digestion slowly for longer lasting fullness, which is when you secrete that GLP-1. All right, now we've moved into lunch. Again, you want to make sure that it's slow digesting and satisfying. So this would not be, for example, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some chips, a cookie, and an apple. Like worst lunch there, not triggering your own secretion. So you can see how we can make a change and allow the body to start working the way it's supposed to on its own. So this would be like grilled chicken or salmon over some mixed greens. Again, there's their protein fiber combo. You could add some roasted veggies, some pumpkin seeds on there, and then a dressing made of extra virgin olive oil, maybe some apple cider vinegar in it. That's going to help with your blood sugar control. And again, a side of fermented pickles or kimchi. This works because you have fiber and protein combination, which maximizes your GLP-1 secretions. I always suggest, especially for my weight loss clients, to have a mid-afternoon snack. So if you're not used to eating this snack and you've been struggling with your weight, you might want to incorporate it. This could be like a full-fat or low-fat plain Greek yogurt with some chia seeds. I actually like Zen basil seeds over chia seeds because they have less lectins and still a good amount of fiber in them, with maybe a few berries sprinkled on top. Or you could do some bone broth with added collagen. You could put a little bit of butter or coconut oil in that drink, and it's pretty darn delicious. This works again because it's going to sustain your fullness from lunch to dinner, and you don't get into dinner being ravenous and end up overeating and just binging the rest of the evening. Dinner, I would suggest a grass-fed beef or turkey bowl with some sauteed zucchini, maybe some green beans, onions, mushrooms, whatever veggies in the non-starchy category that you like. Top it with some fermented salsa, maybe some goat cheese. Serve it over some cauliflower rice is my favorite. Instead of regular rice, I always will encourage our clients to do some cauliflower rice or zucchini noodles, and then a side salad with some fermented beets or maybe a kefir salad dressing. So again, this works because it's a protein-forward meal that's going to help stabilize your blood sugar and insulin levels overnight and help to repair your hormones. If you're hungry or you want to enjoy something after dinner, a chamomile or peppermint tea with cinnamon. Cinnamon is actually really great at improving insulin sensitivity and digestion. You could do some bone broth if you're truly hungry, some hard-boiled eggs with some salt. Those are some snacks I usually suggest for our clients. All right, you guys, I hope that this was valuable. You now understand how you can impact in a positive way your own GLP-1 secretions and not need to depend on medications. If you are listening to this on a podcast platform, please leave a review. If you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe above so we can impact more people and more people can learn how to naturally impact their GLP-1 levels. What do you think about this? What are you going to try? What are you going to do? I want to hold you accountable and drop your thoughts and your next actions in the comments below. Remember, you've got to step up to make the change. Lead with your heart, train your mind, and do not negotiate with your body. I'll see you next time.